Miami Community Newspapers with South Dade Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to talk about doing all the R's, rebooting, reshaping, recovery, readjusting, reapplying. And remember, let's introduce ourselves. Johnny, you're up first. Introduce yourself. Talk about yourself for a second.
I'm a Miami-Dade County Councilman for District 15, Johnny Farias. Thank you, Grant, for having us on here.
Johnny, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm an electrical contractor. I'm an electrician by trade and small business owner.
Go for it. Okay, George.
My name is George Marakis, and I'm the owner of K&G Cycles in Florida City. And I'm also a professor at Florida International University.
What do you teach at FIU?
I teach information systems, and I'm the director of the PhD programs for the College of Business.
Wow. Julio. Yeah. Julio Guzman.
Good afternoon. My name's Julio Guzman, and I'm a real estate broker down here in Homestead. We do both residential and commercial sales. We help people get into homes, and the main focus is trying to get businesses down here and also trying to find a solution to military housing. That's what we've been, that's what we want to spearhead.
Gotcha. Barbie.
Hi, I'm Barbie Pons with the community newspapers, sales and advertising, and anything to do with digital media.
Carrie Black.
Hi, I'm Carrie Black. I'm the CEO of the South Dade Chamber, and I had the absolute privilege of working alongside George and Julio and everybody else in the South Dade community. And they make me look really smart and really good. And we have an amazing board of directors at the Chamber and their executive committee, which Julio and George are on, and incredibly supporting. And everything we're trying to do, all these initiatives like the military housing, it all basically comes back at the end of the day of economic impact to the South Dade community. And they're tremendous advocates in, getting our businesses jump-started again, rebooted, revamped, everything. Because the only way we're gonna get through the survival mode and to the other side is we have to be thriving again. And before COVID-19, we're having some of the best economic times in a long time since in our history of South Dade. And it, like everyone, we got the rug pulled out from underneath us. But there's an incredible team that I have the privilege of working with to make everything possible to get us back up and running again.
Great. Demetrius, go for it. Introduce yourself.
You got to unmute yourself, though, Demetrius.
You need to unmute yourself.
Okay, who's reading his lips? Okay. Demetrius, can you hear us?
Okay. Yes,
There you
now I can. My apologies.
All right, introduce yourself.
Sorry. Yes, Demetrius Knowles here. I'm the owner of the authorized retailer for AT&T. Proud member. So I'm just here to listen and learn.
Well, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn from you too. We're all gonna learn from each other. We have a Lori
Awesome.
there.
Yes, hi, my name's Laurie Dunnigan. I own DNS payroll and bookkeeping services down in Homestead. I'm a small business accountant and bookkeeper, as my name suggests, and work across a whole host of industries, from retail to vacation rentals to professional services to distribution. And as Carrie mentioned, we started off 2020 with most of my clients looking very prosperous in the beginning of the year, only to have this virus come and pull the rug out from underneath us. So we're all just riding the wave and hoping to come out on the other side and find the best way to do that.
I just saw your video on our webpage or our newsletter.
Oh, great.
You did a good job on that. So
That would be my assistant, Jeanette.
okay, 2020 was going to be a great year for everybody. There was no question. And I tell everybody, this is not a virus. This is like Hurricane Andrew. Just like Hurricane Andrew. It's destroying our community. The difference is Hurricane Andrew, we knew when the recovery was coming. Here, we don't know where it's coming. But in our business, we're in the media business, we see it coming back already. And I see businesses that aren't doing enough right things. So, George, tell me one good thing your business does and you do it well, and how you staying afloat. What are you doing?
Well, I don't know. Those are two different questions. I think the one thing that we do, and we do it well, is that We provide the absolutely best customer experience that anyone could ever have at a motorcycle shop. And we strive to give them the best service and be honest. In terms of COVID-19 specifically, we have certainly altered our procedures to handle social distancing, and we closed the front door, so we now have them coming in through our service entrance, but we try and accommodate them right out on the curb, and so where we can maintain social distancing and keep them happy and still perform all the services that they expect of us.
Yeah. By the way, when you people are talking, we're talking not just for South Dade, we're talking about everybody throughout Dade County. And your point is customer service. And that's the most important thing. Once you get them there, you got to make sure you service them properly. Johnny, what do you do to make things happen for your customers?
Well, I'm an electrical contractor. I'm an electrician, and in my case, I have been able to leave for a while till I got tested negative. But I sent all my guys to get tested because we do a lot of service calls. People's lights go out, the AC's not working, the gates motor went out, panel breakers, stuff like that. So I had to get all my guys tested, had to get masks for them, and I had to basically retool them with new tools so they can work out in the field in the people's homes. And of course, I had to make sure that the test that they got, I had paperwork on it that they tested negative because I wanted the customers to feel safe. That whoever I sent to their house was.
That's still almost on customer service. But what we're doing, not just, Joseph Webb, can you introduce yourself?
Afternoon, I'm Joseph Webb.
What kind of company are you with?
Yeah, it's Great Chamber, and I'm also founder and registered investment advisor with Profit Planners Management.
Great. So
Greg, there's also somebody on the phone. They don't have a name. They just have a phone number that they haven't been introduced.
who's that? Not Lori.
No, there's
Somebody else?
another person.
Who's the other one? That's it. We'll move on. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Introduce yourself.
Hi, it's Victoria Thomas from FIU.
All right. Way to go, FIU. What department are you at?
Construction management. We do, I'm in charge of the construction trades program here at the university.
Great. And you got the greatest dean, or you ever want to call the greatest president ever, Dr. Rosenberg. Okay.
Oh,
now,
yes.
everybody has to adapt, improvise, and overcome. Now, some people, like we're in the newspaper business, and we weren't concentrating on our social media. Now you have to concentrate not just on emails. Everybody needs to collect their customer emails, potential customers' emails, and communicate with them. A lot of people don't do that. Now, now I'm not asking you, but you need to get on Instagram. You got to do Twitter. That is a whole new world. And we have to plan on disasters. Like 9/11, when 9/11 hit, nobody wanted to travel, it seemed like. Now, when you travel, they make you take your belt off. They make you take your shoes off. They make you go through the metal bars for sports and make sure you're not carrying anything. It's just way of life. Now, from here on, it's the way of life. We're all going to be worried about some virus. So we have to change the way we market ourselves. We have to change. We have to reach out to everybody. All right, Julio, what are you doing different since the virus hit?
Absolutely. So we definitely had to pivot, and we had to figure out a way to stay engaged. And this is a twofold question, because you've got agents that rely on sales, and they rely on your leadership to kind of guide them through some of the pitfalls that you encounter through sales. Then you also have clients that want to sell their house, and clients that want to buy a house, and people that want to buy commercial property. So some of the laws that they put into place, for example, if there are no evictions happening, the tenants can just say, hey, we're not going to pay rent right now, and you can't evict me. So instead of trying to get, nasty with them, you've got to find a way to communicate with them and say, hey, we understand you're going through some difficult times. Let's come up with a plan that's beneficial for both parties, and we'll draw this out, and let me know if you need any help. And because most of the things that people had in their pipeline, most of real estate agents, as soon as COVID started getting really serious, half of those deals just stopped. So now getting back on and getting re-engaged with the community it's exactly right what you said, Grant, that we've got to be, on Instagram. We've got to be collecting that. We've got to capture those leads. You got to be on Facebook. You got to start doing TikToks. I thought TikTok was for kids. So we're
You mean
doing
that dance?
Yeah, you're
You
doing
did
these
no
crazy
way.
dances.
You can do that?
I think if you start doing something, it's better than nothing, and you'll learn as you go.
Well, I think what you're trying to do is exactly right. You got to pivot. All of us, we all have to adapt and improvise our marketing plan. We in the last, just FYI, in the last 8 weeks, we added 16,000 to 17,000 new subscribers to our paper. That doesn't mean we increase revenue, but we increase awareness. And each of us has to increase awareness to our business. Demetrius, tell us what you're doing at AT&T.
Well, everything that you're saying that we had to modify, with the curbside, we're in those spaces already as far as the social media and those things. For my business, I follow their platform. So we're already on the way for doing those things because we were already open, like most persons, that's essential. So we were already doing most of these things, just trying to make the employees more comfortable. So we've had to put up making sure the shield, the mask, the curbside, the tents, the hand sanitizer. After every customer, we're cleaning a lot. So mainly revisiting the customers, because if they're not walking through the doors and we're not able to go out to them per se, we have to figure out a way to make them feel comfortable when they decide to come to us, be it staying in their cars or
Now, AT&T,
setting up an
is that
appointment.
phones? Is that phones?
That again?
You AT&T phones?
Correct.
Telephone?
We do everything AT&T. We're exclusive dealers for it, AT&T. As franchised.
I just got a new phone today.
There
Sorry.
you go. I'm sorry it wasn't for me.
Well, right. And while we're on this discussion of Homestead, when the base was rocking and rolling, Homestead was rocking and rolling. And it happens. The base got changed. And, I talk to Ms. Black all the time. We got to get Congress to loosen up and give some of that base to cargo. And maybe more people will move there or house down there because of that. Right now, it's a tough area. Okay, Mr. Webb, tell me what you're doing.
Right now, I'm doing a lot of Zoom meetings, a lot of invites to different topics and areas that I work on and work with when it comes to the small business owner, the family, as well as larger business. More Zooms. I've learned I'm gonna do things different come out of this thing just for the sake of, and that's less of this traffic and doing things utilizing technology. So that's been my biggest thing with this.
Just FYI, March 2020, there was only 1,000 accidents in the state of Florida. A year ago, March, there was 5,000 accidents. So a lot less people on the road. All right, Barb, what are you doing different to market to your clients and to get clients?
Digital. I'm advising them to go digital right now. Not just newsletters, but multiple touch points. Make sure that you're everywhere because you don't know where that customer is. And the adult might be on Facebook, their son or daughter might be on Instagram or on TikTok. One that's not talked about a lot is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is phenomenal for business to business contacts.
That's a very good point. LinkedIn's outstanding. It's a different clientele than Facebook, but you got to do it all.
You got to do it all. You got to know who your customer is, what they look like in Facebook terminology or a techie world. It's the avatar, the customer avatar. What do they look like? And then go to that market. Go find them, and put yourself in that environment.
Lori.
And it's not necessarily paid advertising. It's communicate with them, engage, a lot of engagement.
I agree. And part of gathering your emails of your clients and potential clients is to open your line of communication to them. By the way, and you need to promote that you're a local business, you're locally owned. My biggest motto here, we're all going to Starbucks, and that profit, where's it going? Washington, state of Washington. So when you're marketing to people in your area, surrounding areas, make sure you let them know that you're local. All right. Lori, talk about your business.
So some of the things that we've done differently, and to be honest, my industry is not, advertising usually does not work well for us because it's it's kind of a word of mouth. You really need to trust the person that's looking at your books and looking at your bank accounts and handling all your payroll. So my assistant, Jeanette, really worked very hard on me to get the website and the video done that you acknowledge.
That's marketing.
Yep. She brought me into this century, I guess. But
that means you're only 20 years behind. You're doing okay.
Yeah, exactly. So we're working on getting out on social media, getting a website started, getting some flyers out so that businesses, one, know that we're here and that we're here to help. But the other thing that we do is we're helping our clients, our small businesses, how to navigate whether it's the PPP process or it's cash management process, because let's face it, revenues aren't coming in, but yet you still have bills that have to be paid. So how do you do that? So we're working closely with all our clients. We do that anyways, but it's even more pronounced now that we're all in a holding pattern.
I agreed. We're not in a holding pattern. We're leaning forward, hoping to move. But the
Right.
issue is each of our web pages should have a video introducing yourself. For example, Joseph Webb. I would have a little version on your web page. Hi, I'm Joseph Webb the third, and talk a little bit about within under 30 seconds. And you guys born in Homestead, South Dade in Florida? Boy. All right, Barb, we don't count you. We know you're born here. But example, let's say if I did a commercial, it'd be, hi, I'm Grant Miller. I've been here for 40 years. Well, I'd say I'm born and raised here. And tell them how long you've been in business. I'm here to serve you. I live in our community. Carrie, do they all live in South Dade area?
Yes, they do. Other than Victoria.
Excuse me?
Other than Victoria. She lives a little closer up into FIU.
Okay. So, Julio would say, hey, I'm Julio Guzman, or you can pronounce it 3 ways. And, I've lived down here. I've been in the business. I love our community. If you have kids, my kids go to this community, and you want people to start believing in you. You got to talk about yourself, because people want to do business with people they know, respect and love. So how are we going to reshape our business? We'll start with you, George. Are you reshaping it in any way?
No, but we're exaggerating things that we've already done. Social media. We're doing a lot more communicating with our customer base on social media, particularly Facebook. Our online store has expanded to several different sales channels. Now, everything that we sell in our online store is also available in our eBay store.
Did you just start this now, or you've been doing it?
Yeah, he just froze.
Yeah, we're now expanding our channels so that we have an identical presence on eBay. We have an identical presence on Amazon. And a lot of these shopping channels are available to people at little or no cost.
How long have we been
on? Once you have the basic website presence. So we communicate a lot more with our customers through Zoom. In the last, well, say 2 months, I've probably sold a half a dozen motorcycles over the phone.
Wow.
Where people, can I see the motorcycle? Can I see it running? Sure. And I'll go out and give them a link to Zoom, go out into the showroom, start around the motorcycle and have a conversation with them. And then they say, okay, great. I want to buy that one. So
that's great. It's great marketing. Congratulations, George. One thing that you need to do after you do a Zoom, 6 hours later, feed it to your Facebook. You know how to do that?
Yeah, we a lot of them are private conversations that we would not want to feed to the Facebook, but we do an awful lot of feeding to the Facebook of if I'm doing any kind of video blogging or anything like that about the store, we'll do that and post it out on our Facebook page.
And then
We're pretty active. We have about 65,000 people on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
On your Facebook?
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And what, hey, and you know, hours later, you can just reshare it again. You know that.
Right. Right.
Okay. Most people don't realize that after you do a video on Facebook, reshare it. Not right away, and reshare it because not everybody's seeing it. Okay. Demetrius, how are you going to reshape your business? What are you going to do different from today forward to get more business?
Well, because we're on social media, I guess reaching back out, a lot of the employees not doing enough of reaching back out because we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on all of the social media networks. We were doing a lot of community stuff, which kind of gotten sidebar. So we have to do a lot of phone calls now, which they were not mostly accustomed to. They rather go face to face, but now they have to adjust to being on the phone. So we have what's called the UP program, which is the Ultimate Prospectors, which have our complete database of customers. So now they have to reach out via that way. So that's what we'll be doing, a lot more phone calls. So the phones are tied up a lot more.
Good. Joseph Webb, what are you doing different since I call it a hurricane? Well, we call it the virus. What have you done different? What are you going to do different to reshape, recover, reboot your business? Joseph.
Well, I have started as far as phone calls. I've started status with more of a focus myself along with my assistant. I need to do more social media. Actually, hey, social media, but I have plenty of because I haven't been doing it. So LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm telling you, not even Facebook. I'm just gonna put it all out there. I'm not much of a Facebook person. I'm on there because of the chamber. I'm on there because of the things I do, but I'm not on there purposely for this. But I'll definitely expand in all these areas. I have plenty of room to grow in this area, so I'm going to start.
Okay, Lori, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so I think what you've done in the last month is incredible. The things you're doing, and we have to pass that message on. Now, you know, the chamber is going to be doing a lot of things in the next month or two. Is that correct? All right. So, Carrie, what's the chamber going to do different now the virus is going to be passed, or what are you guys going to do different to improve the community?
Yeah, well, ton of what we do behind the scenes that a lot of people don't understand is just massive amounts of advocacy for our businesses, small, medium, and large, but obviously the focus on small and medium. And we have the privilege of actually representing Cutler Bay, Homestead, Florida City, and the entire Redland. And we also have a military base. So we have, I tell everybody we have farmers to our west, fighter pilots to our east, and everybody in between. And so
don't forget the prison.
And the prison that's down there as well.
That's important. So, a lot of revenue down there.
Yes, there is.
And a lot of my friends, I drive by and go to Shivers, then I visit my friends.
And don't forget, Robert is here. Robert is here, is open and up and running again. So it's being diverse. And like what I hear most people saying, being able to pivot and pivot quickly. We started with, a small quarantine shutdown to more shutdown to quarantine to we're going to stay in quarantine to, and there's all this advocacy that the chamber's been doing behind the scenes with all three of our mayors, with Mayor Jimenez, Purcell Powell's office, Senator Rubio's office. What are you doing for our businesses? First it was CARES Act and PPP. Okay, now that's finally coming through. How do we let our members know? Okay, it's here. How do you apply for it? Who do you call? All this kind of stuff. So I would say in the first 5 weeks of all of this, we were very much so, pretty much so 24/7. I mean, we went to a very active chamber to a hyperactive chamber, and every chamber did as well. One of the things that I have found that has been incredibly beneficial, whether to me, to the rest of chambers, and especially to our business community, is collaboration. One thing I've seen come out of COVID-19 is a greater desire for who folks would normally compete against one another. We're finding ways to collaborate with one another in order to, obviously what happens is that your slice of the pie goes from here to here when you're collaborating. You actually have a bigger piece of the pie. You just have to figure out how do we not step on each other's toes. So we have 13 chambers now that are have a whole coalition. And for the first time ever, we're going to do a collaborative fundraiser because the chambers are not included in PPP right now still.
But I understood some of them got some kind of money. What did they get?
Well, they got it, but now we're being told don't use it because we might have to give it back, which is kind of scary. You know, they said the worst thing that's going to happen is apply for PPP, and the worst thing to do is say is no. Well, really, what the worst thing to happen is they said yes, you get it, and they're like, oh, but wait a minute, maybe you shouldn't have gotten that money. So
well, I understand the Greater Miami Chamber got the money and they already returned it.
yeah, and so
How do you not? I'm a little puzzled. Chambers were not supposed to get it, but they still applied. I mean,
well, a lot of people, you know, there's this box that says other. And so you just hit that other, and, you know, we're waiting and seeing if we got approved under the other. And so a lot of chambers did. And then we received the money, especially in the second wave, only to be told, well, don't do anything with it. You know, we still haven't been approved yet. So as you can imagine, we work with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, with the Florida Chamber of Commerce, and then all the local chambers as well. I was saying we're doing quadruple backflips to make sure that our businesses that close can open back up and getting their money. At the same time, the chambers, we haven't been able to do fundraisers. A lot of people are not renewing right now. So the whole point of doing this online fundraiser with these 13 chambers with this coalition is to, for the first time ever, we're going to do a collaborative fundraiser, and however much money comes in, we're just going to split it evenly between all the chambers. So, you know, the South Dade Chamber is considered kind of small, but you have
but powerful.
But powerful. That's right. We hit a good punch pack, and but so we're going to split it all evenly. And what we're going to use this money for, especially our chamber, is we're going to set aside scholarship funds for small businesses who couldn't renew as a member of our chamber. We're going to find a way to scholarship them, so at least for one more year we can renew their membership and continue to help promote their businesses on a local level, and keep them in the chamber and keep them connected with the rest of the community. Because
the challenge we all have, you have them. You're used to be your chamber, or all chambers would be a lot of gatherings. That kept people connected. So how are you going to keep, you know, we're having the problems. How do people stay connected to our business? How are you going to keep people connected to the chamber? What are the few steps?
One of the main things is Zoom. You know, we're doing smaller Zoom meetings, things of that nature. The other thing, you talk about social media. We turned our events coordinator into our social media coordinator, like overnight. We just went from, our presence online quadrupled in the last 2 months. And one of the things that we're doing is, you know, with your help, is that we're encouraging our members, create a video, at least get a flyer, do something, let us promote what it is that you are doing when you're doing it. A lot of people, like malls, now they've even reopened, they're open from like 11 to 5, something like that. Let us know, and we'll get that information out to the masses. So we become this conduit of information for our members to the rest of the greater South Dade community at large on what services they're providing, like George or Joe or Demetrius. You know, yes, we're still open. We have curbside service. You know, I'm asking them to get flyers to us, like what Lori did, put together a little video. We'll promote it. Grant, your platforms are promoting it as well. And it's just everything that we can do online. And one of the things that I'm asking for, and I think is a great thing for all of our members who have a greater online presence, is encourage your customers, your clients to, if they have had a good experience, to give you a good review online. Because that, you know, down here more than any place in all of Miami-Dade County it is all about who you know. I mean, I've got my cousin who is over in this industry and they're doing that, and their mother is over here in this industry. And that's how you connect down here, is through family and relationships. But now you've got to do it all online. Well, one of the great ways to do it digitally is give someone a nice review. Like, hey, I ordered food from your restaurant. It actually got here 10 minutes earlier than I expected. It was hot, it was fresh. You know, you had a little extra coupon in there, you know, for a buy one, get one free or half price. You know, those go a really long way now, more than ever before. So take that time. And I think, George, you would agree as well, when someone has a good experience in getting their motorcycle fixed, is to, hey, would you mind putting a little review on our social media about your experience with our company? That's really going a long way, more than ever before.
I like that idea, complimenting other businesses on your own social media, and it's telling them, hey, do business with my friends and all the local people.
Yeah.
So again, I wrote on the thing that we need to reboot, recover, reshape, readjust, remember. Those are things that we have to do. But sooner or later, you know, people are saying, well, we're open again or reopening again. No, we're open. We don't need to say we're reopening. We're open, and we're open for business, and we have to adapt. Like restaurants, some restaurants didn't do any takeout or delivery. Now they have to. We have to adjust in our business. And I like what you did, George. The Zoom, bring it, like take the picture of, watch a motorcycle start, go through the whole process. So that eliminated their shopping. You showed them a shopping through Zoom, and they go, okay, that's the one I want. So you did a great job on that. It was great marketing.
Yeah.
You there, George?
We also do that for our service customers. If we find something on a bike that's having a in for service, rather than call them and try and describe it to them on the phone, we show it to them. We just we Zoom to them and tell them, here's what's wrong with the bike. We show them what we found, and they can give us approval right away.
Aaron.
Grant, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I think all of us on this call, I would assume we're all above 40, because I'm 40 and up.
Carrie's
And
32.
I'm not.
And Barbara's 30.
Yeah.
We're babies.
So as we get deeper into this digital social media age, do you guys think it is necessary to be posting at least 3 times a day, 2 times a day? Because every year that goes by, it seems like that number continues to go up. And on each platform, is that what we should be doing?
Well, at Facebook, just because you post it, only a small percentage sees it, unless you're going to spend money boosting it within your area. And you could do that. If you boost on Facebook, you could boost it within your neighborhood. And if you have something really good, boost it. Spend that $5 for those 2 days or those $10.
Would you agree it goes back to content? It goes back to what we are delivering to the audience, because just still images of certain things don't seem to connect, as well as a very good message that actually can be of value to the audience. So I think what happens to us is we don't take the time to think about what good content is. We're just throwing garbage into the world instead of taking a minute to put something together.
Well, you mean like put a good video together? Is that what you're trying to say?
Or depending, we all have different industries. So what George did is phenomenal. That's content.
But you're in the real estate business. You're in the real estate. Don't you do videos of your apartments or your houses you're selling?
Right. Absolutely. And also we try to use other tools, because people in real estate want instant responses. If you wait an hour, 2 hours, they're off to someone else, or they're off to the next house or somewhere else. So you've got to, I think what's helped our team as we've developed a CRM that as soon as somebody messages us, it's giving them an instant response saying, hey, thanks. If you want to see more pictures or videos, text 3D to this number, and you kind of start to get a personal engagement with that person.
Right.
You need the personal engagement. You have to have the engagement. And for an industry where they're looking for rapid response, a chat bot doesn't always cut it. You need to have that human contact.
Yeah, I agree. I have done more business when I see a chat on there that I can ask a person a question, whether I'm on a certain website. If a person actually comes up and chats with me, I'm way more likely to buy a product from that company than if I can't get through to someone. So sometimes I think our website should also have, a 24-hour, 24/7 chat person there, because I think it'll help.
Well, some of the like Facebook, you can have that automatic chat bot on Facebook. It's part of the Facebook platform.
Awesome. So these are the things I'd like to learn from you guys.
And Grant, if I could jump in right there, I think
go ahead.
All of our
this is your show.
Have to learn is you got to know your audience, and you got to know, like, you can't reach everybody all the time, and you shouldn't really have to. You have to create, like, what is your niche, what is your specialty in, and George, and I keep going back to him because I know his business really well. Is that service, and he's been online. He's Dr. George Maracas because he has his doctorate in IT, so he cheats.
I'm cheating. Yeah.
Totally cheating.
Yeah.
But he knows his clients really well. He knows what they're expecting, and so all he really had to do was just translate it more digitally. So you have to have a high-tech, high-touch concept going forward, like what Julio was saying. You know, a chamber is naturally very high touch. You know, we have events and small gatherings and meetings and all. So all of a sudden we just went to digital like overnight, literally. And but you still have to have that personal one-on-one touch at the end of the day that separates your business from the rest of your competitors. It's you separate your business from all the other competitors, that special touch that only you can give that your competitor can't.
Outstanding. Why don't we go around? Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay, and what everyone is saying is correct, and it's what we need to do. But now, like for instance, my industry, I'm an electrician or electrical contractor. We don't have a something that we sell tangible, you know, like a cake or a motorcycle. We have a service, and that's harder to go and sell online. A lot of us, and I know quite a few people already have had to shut down because, you know, they counted on going door to door and going to the job sites and stuff like that. So now, no, they have been able to come up with something else. Now, I can tell you, myself, we've had to adjust more in not how to get more customers, but how to keep the same service that we're giving by going digital. Like for instance, now we have to do online inspections, where you got to use the video to do our inspections. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, and you're not prepared to equip, you know, all your workers with what's like on an iPad or something, you're going to get in a lot of trouble, and it's going to delay jobs, meaning you're going to lose jobs. So yeah, you know, we do have to do what everyone is saying here, but we got to look at also the service people like AC mechanics and even car mechanics, electricians, plumbers, roofers. They don't have something they sell tangible. They sell a service.
Well, Johnny, you have something special. They buy it because of you, not because of the product. They trust you. If they don't trust you, they're not doing business with you. So we're going to go around real quick. Give me one word for the day, Carrie. Go. One word. What?
Collaboration.
George.
Connect.
Barb.
I was going to say connect. That's my thing. Connection.
Go ahead. All right, Demetrius.
Customer service.
That's 2 words, but we'll let you go. All right. Joseph Webb.
Persistence.
Julio.
Engagement.
I love that word. Johnny.
Understand.
Lori.
Tips.
What is it?
Tips to clients or out on Facebook. Tips.
Manuel, is that you there? Nope. FIU. Miss FIU. There's
Victoria.
somewhere. What is her name?
Victoria or Manuel?
Yes. Are you there? That's all right. We'll move it forward. Hey, all these few words will get us to the next level. We're going to get through this just like Hurricane Andrew, just like 9/11. And some of us, probably just George and I. How many recessions have you been through, George? 3?
Yeah, I think 3.
Okay, the rest of you are a little younger. So we're going to get through this. We got to adapt, improvise our business plans, and move forward, stay positive. And we're all adjusting every day. Look for new clients, new prospects. And that's it. We're going to have a great day. Hopefully, Carrie, we can do this next week sometime. All right. Hey, everybody give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Have a great day.
Woo.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great
Bye.
afternoon.
You too.